As a professional sex educator, one of my responsibilities is to help people protect their sexual health and well-being. While many conversations focus on love, pleasure, and connection, there's also an important topic that often goes unspoken, and that's how drugs can negatively affect your sex life. Whether it's alcohol, marijuana, pills, or party drugs, using substances can have serious short-term and long-term effects on your ability to enjoy sex. Give and receive consent, maintain relationships, and stay safe. This script is about awareness. If we understand how drugs interfere with sexual experiences, we can make healthier choices, avoid harm, and create a more fulfilling and respectful intimate life. Why awareness matters. Some people start using drugs during sex because they feel nervous, shy, or disconnected. Others try it because they heard it might make sex better. But what most people don't realize is that these substances often come with hidden risks that harm both your body and your emotional safety. Sex educators often say, what feels good for a moment can leave scars for a lifetime. Becoming aware of how drugs affect your sex life means you can protect yourself and others, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Know the real effects of drugs on sexual health. Let's begin with a simple truth. Drugs don't improve sex. They often make it worse. Here's how different substances can impact your sexual function. Alcohol might lower your shyness, but it also numbs sensitivity and can lead to erectile issues or discomfort. Cannabis may feel relaxing at first, but it can make you disconnected and confused. Stimulants like cocaine or meth may increase temporary desire, but reduce orgasm ability and cause long-term damage to nerves and emotions. Opiates and prescription drugs lower libido, block arousal, and lead to emotional numbness over time. Real-life example. A young man regularly drinks before sex to feel confident, but over time, he struggles with performance and can't connect without alcohol, damaging his relationships and self-esteem. Being aware of these effects helps you make healthier decisions before stepping into intimacy. Understand consent cannot be given under influence. One of the most serious consequences of drug use is how it interferes with consent, the clear, enthusiastic agreement between two people before sex. When someone is high or drunk, they cannot give real consent. Their mind isn't clear. They may say yes because they're pressured or confused. Or worse, they may be unable to say no at all. Example: a woman wakes up after a party, not remembering if she said yes to sex. She feels frightened, unsure, and ashamed, even though it wasn't her fault. Don't trade intimacy for chemicals. Using drugs as a shortcut to emotional connection is a trap. Real intimacy is about presence, trust, and vulnerability, things drugs can't truly offer. Over time, many people who rely on substances for sex begin to feel emotionally empty after intimacy, dependent on drugs to feel pleasure, disconnected from their partner, ashamed or numb instead of loved. Example: a couple always uses ecstasy during sex. After a few months, they stop feeling close when sober and argue often. Their love becomes conditional on getting high. Awareness gives you the strength to say, I want real intimacy, not drug-fueled disconnection. Addiction can destroy sexual relationships. As a sex educator, I must be very clear. If someone is too high, too drunk, or unconscious, sex should not happen. Full awareness is required for consent. Always wait until both people are sober and safe. Protect your body with safer choices. Drugs often lead to impulsive choices, like forgetting to use protection or having sex with someone you barely know. These decisions can increase the risk of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, unwanted pregnancy, emotional regret or trauma, being in unsafe environments. Awareness means planning ahead. If you choose to be sexually active, make protection part of your preparation before drugs or alcohol get in the way. Example: two people go to a music festival and take pills. In the moment, they forget to use a condom. Weeks later, one discovers they caught an infection. This risk is avoidable, but only if you stay informed, alert, and prepared. When drug use becomes regular or compulsive, it changes the entire relationship dynamic. Sex becomes transactional. Trust fades. Communication breaks. And one or both partners may begin to feel used, unsafe, or emotionally abandoned. Warning signs of drug-driven relationship issues: only having sex when high, avoiding sober intimacy, manipulating a partner to access drugs, withholding sex unless substances are involved. Example: a man pressures his partner to use pills before sex, saying, "You're more fun when you're high." She feels objectified and unloved. Sex educators teach that healthy intimacy is always based on choice, not addiction or pressure. How to stay safe and make conscious decisions. Awareness isn't just about avoiding harm. It's about taking action. Here's how to stay sexually safe and emotionally strong. Set boundaries before using any substance. Only engage in sex when fully sober and clear-minded. Never feel pressured to do anything under the influence. Keep condoms, lube, or other protection on hand. Talk to your partner beforehand about safety and comfort. Example: a woman tells her date, "I don't mix sex with drinking. I want us both to feel safe and clear." This boundary protects both of them. These small steps can prevent long-term pain and protect your self-respect. Talk openly and without shame. Sex educators encourage open conversations around sex and substance use. Shame and silence allow harm to grow. Awareness grows when we speak honestly. You can start by asking, how do you feel about mixing substances with sex? Would you feel okay having sex only when sober? Have you noticed any changes in your desire or connection? Example: a couple realizes that they only connect when drinking. They talk honestly and decide to work on their emotional bond without relying on alcohol. Awareness is a conversation, not a one-time warning. Healing and prevention go together. If you've already experienced the effects of drugs on your sex life, you're not alone, and it's never too late to heal. Many people begin to rebuild trust, recover desire, and find joy again in sober, connected intimacy. Healing includes taking breaks from substances, attending therapy or support groups, practicing sober intimacy, relearning how to feel safe and loved in your body. Example: a man who once relied on drugs to feel confident in bed now says, "Being sober during sex helped me feel more alive, more present, and finally, more loved." Preventing further harm starts with awareness. Healing continues with care. Final words from a sex educator. Drugs and sex should never be confused with love, safety, or real pleasure. While substances may temporarily boost confidence or lower stress, they often leave behind emptiness, confusion, or danger. Awareness means saying no to unsafe situations, saying yes to clear consent, choosing connection over chemicals, protecting your body and your heart, building a sex life that feels real, not drug-fueled or risky. You are worthy of love that is conscious, safe, and deeply fulfilling. You deserve pleasure that comes with presence, not pain. and you have the right to say, I want intimacy that's real, not altered, forced, or foggy. Stay aware, stay safe, stay empowered. Dot.